I'm Heather O'Reilly, midfielder for your U.S. Women's National Team. I don't know, I was just pretty psyched about it. I don't score that many goals from long-range shots, so it just felt sweet coming off my foot. All I could do was throw my hands up in the air because I was like, where'd that come from? Then my teammates were there in a second and it was fun to celebrate. I had a nickname when I was a young player, the tea kettle. During games, I would get so frustrated and worked up that I would start to literally get red and get myself worked up. Sometimes I couldn't even finish out games because I was so stressed if we were losing. And some of the parents of my teammates could see it happening. They could see it building up on the field. So they're like, oh no, the tea kettle's about to blow. But I've learned to control my emotions since then. If I become a teacher, which who knows maybe is in my future, I would probably teach social studies. It's a cool subject that you get to talk about cultures from all over the world, and I think that me playing on this team and being able to travel to so many countries makes it pretty cool that I get to share those experiences with my classroom. Focus at what you're good at. I know that you're always like, oh, what could you do to get better? Fix your weaknesses, you always hear that stuff. And that's important to an extent, right? You always want to evaluate what you could be better at. But I say, take pride in what you're great at. Take pride in who you are. For me, like I said, I wasn't the biggest player. I wasn't the strongest out there, but I did what I was great at, which was my speed, my work ethic. I always tried to do the intangible things. I always tried to work hard. I always tried to be a good teammate. I always tried to keep good habits. And you know what? Those things added up. And then coaches were like, I think that girl is good for this team.
Can you tell us, how did sports help you during school as you were growing up?
Sports helped me in my life a ton. I think it gave me a lot of self-confidence. It kept me fit and healthy, and it helped me make a lot of friends. Some of them are still my best friends today who I played soccer with growing up. So it's a wonderful sport, and I think that playing team sports are just so important because you learn so many things along the way that are going to help you later on in life too.
Speaking of teams, you've been on several, the U.S. national team, the Olympic team. Can you tell us, there were some big moments, you made some major plays in a couple of those games. How did you get yourself ready for dealing with that pressure?
I think the most important thing that I've learned through the years being on the team is that if you keep good habits at practice every day, when it's a big game, you don't get so nervous because you know that you've faced those things before in practice. So even though it's not always easy to keep good habits, I think that that's when stars really get so good is on the practice field. So I would encourage all the kids to put their heart and soul into practice every day.
I think there's some good tips for you guys coming out today, right? Excellent. Teamwork and practice, always a good thing. And practice, I hear you're going to be practicing a little bit closer to our home now. Are you, you're one of the Boston Breakers?
Yes. So we have a new professional women's league here in the U.S., and Boston is one of the cities. So, of course, I wanted to stay here in Boston. So I am now a Boston Breaker, and we'll be playing over in Somerville, and hopefully you guys can come check out a game. That would be pretty cool, right? Awesome, buying tickets, so cool. Well, I hope to see you guys there at the stadium and hear you cheering in the crowd.
Sounds good. Can we hear some cheering? I'm cheering right now. Demi.
USA! 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 USA!
All right, good energy, good energy. Even after all that good exercise, you guys have been working out hard this year. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and work with the kids and obviously give them some really positive role models.
Thanks for having me. High five, you guys.